Mona is my blessing blocker. Mona used to be my only friend. Mona has one friend on this earth besides me. And Mona's best friend is Mona. My name is Mr. 2020. This is the Power of Imagination podcast. And we're going to explore one thing today, the wonder working power of the human imagination and why a lot of people struggle when they could sacred. Let's dive in. So, you know what Mona does? Mona moans. And Mona lives by the old adage, only trouble sells. Think about it, right? Why do you watch a Jason Bourne movie? Why are people watching Pluribus? Landman, like all these things. People got a lot of money and a lot of time to watch these things. And they love it because trouble only sells. And so you know what Mona talks about? Well, you know what Mona moans about? Mona moans about trouble. So in Victoria today, it is, I guess, it's the worst fire season day in 5 years. And 2 days ago, it was the hottest it's been in like 120 or 100,000 years or something. I don't know. All I know is a couple months ago, Mona was ragging on about the rain, so much rain. And she wasn't just moaning about the rain, she was moaning about the rain that wasn't here. Right? All these other people, they got lots of rain, lots of flooding. Mona moans. Now, here's the thing, guys. Cortisol. Oh, my God. You know, they're making a big deal about dopamine right now. Right? That's funny. Dopamine is one of the four happy chemicals. And we made up something cool years ago called the four happy chemical states. And let's just dive into them really quick. Ready? Status. You need to give you status in your life. Neville Goddard says you are the operant power of God. And when you get that, and when you get that your desires are divine in origin, you get that you have one job with them, and that's to accept them. They're gifts. Accept the gift. Give yourself some status. Enjoy a little bit of thank you and open up the package, right? Meanwhile, the second happy chemical, oxytocin. That's belongingness. And what a lot of people do is they settle for some weird ass combination of oxytocin and cortisol. They find Me Too clubs to belong to. I saw a comment on the Facebook today. You know, I have exactly the same problem and I did exactly the same thing and I got exactly the same result. Nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And then I go look. Right? All they do is share cortisol. Right? What's that? What's going on? Yeah, problems. Right? It's too hot. It's too wet. It's too cold. It's never just right. It's never just right now. Anyway, real oxytocin, you use that for imagining. I always imagine a little moment. I had a 97-minute one-on-one yesterday, and it ended with a real nice tender, right? a connection, an accomplishment. In other words, serotonin, yeah, we both walked away, right? And we both walked away, hey, pal. But the third happy chemical, right, that's dopamine. God, does it get demonized? Because there's two ways it works, but anyway, dopamine is the anticipation. My states, they all have anticipation. I'm curious about how happy, loving husband will imagine itself into being and actually exist today. And then there's the other one, endorphin. Endorphin is that feeling of being alive. You know how a lot of people know that they're alive? They got problems. All right, they have arguments. They will argue against any solution you give them. That's how they experience their rise. You know, a lot of marriages are like that. As far as I can tell, people are wired to breathe heavy together. And you're either going to laugh together, right? You're either going to go boom, boom in the room together, or you're going to argue together. One way or another, you're going to breathe heavy. You're going to experience some kind of endorphin. But here's the thing. Cortisol can contaminate all those. And most people are living for cortisol. In other words, they're in a state that accepts suck stories as true, and then they try to deregulate their nervous system doing silly things. I am a moron. I am moron. I am moron. I am moron. Oh, I'm channeling moron. Right, yeah. So anyway, four happy chemicals. My friend Mona, she's got one friend, and that's Mona. And she moans all the time. In other words, she's a cortisol addict. right? Unbelievable. No matter what the weather is. See, I experience weather. She experiences problems. I experience Friday. Yay, it's Friday. She experiences the problems that go with Friday. I experience the divinity of dawn. And she wakes up with cortisol. Oh, it hurts already. If you want to dive deeper, if you want to soar higher, we explore these as well in manifestingmasterydeluxe.com. Watch your cortisol show up, right? If you're a cortisol junkie, you're going, oh, I knew it. He'd sell me something. He's that guy, right? I'm the miracle man of Melbourne. Do you realize what cortisol does to your body? As far as I can tell, it actually blocks miracles. But do your own research. I've only been looking into this for years, but I digress. But here's the deal, guys. You don't got to settle for having one friend, and that one friend being Mona, and her best friend being Mona. You don't have to be Mona. You could be magical. You could join us in an exploration or two. We've got a live call this USA Sunday. I don't know when you're watching this. If it's later, it'll be recorded and in your goodie box if you're in Manifesting Mastery Deluxe. And if you're not, hey, you know why? Well, Mr. 20 times are tough. It's that Trumpy bumpy. Right? Oh, you know, so many people, they scan the news every day to find something they don't like about Trumpy so that they can experience their cortisol hit. Meanwhile, I've got 4 friends. I do. I've got 4 friends. I've got 4 happy chemical states. Have a great day. See ya.